In today's presentation, we are going to discuss about stages of pregnancy. The length of pregnancy is counted as 40 weeks. The pregnancy is counted from the first day of the woman's last period, not the day of conception. Pregnancy is divided into 3 trimesters. The first trimester is from conception to 12 weeks. Second trimester is from 12 to 24 weeks. Third trimester is from 24 to 40 weeks. Conception is when the woman's ovum is fertilized by man's sperm. The first week, actually the menstrual cycle. The second week, the fertilization of egg by the sperm will take place. In the third week, 30 hours after conception, the cell splits into two. 3 days later, the cell is known as zygote and has divided into 16 cells. After 2 more days, the zygote has migrated from the fallopian tube to the uterus. The zygote burrows itself into the uterine lining. Now it is known as blastocyst. In the 4th week, the baby is tinier than a grain of rice and rapid dividing cells will take place. The body system and the digestive system formation will take place in this week. In the 5th week, the neural tube will eventually become central nervous system. In the 6th week, the baby is known as embryo and its length is about 3 millimeter. By this stage, it is secreting special hormones that prevent the mother from having a menstrual period. The heart is beating, the embryo has developed its placenta and amniotic sac. The placenta is burrowing into the uterine wall to access oxygen and nutrient from the mother's bloodstream. In the 8th week, the embryo is now around 1.3 centimeter in length. The rapidly growing spinal cord looks like a tail. The head is disproportionately large. In the 9th week, the eyes, mouth, and tongue are forming. The tiny muscles allow the embryo to start moving about. Blood cells are being made by the embryo's liver itself. In the 10th week, the embryo is now known as fetus and it is about 2.5 centimeter in length. All the bodily organs are formed. The hand and feet looks like knobs or paddles and are now evolving fingers and toes. The brain is active and has brain waves. In the 11th week, the teeth are budding inside the gums. The tiny heart is developing further. In the 12th week, the fingers and toes are recognizable but still stuck together with webs of skin. The first trimester combined screening test can be done around this time to find out whether there is any delay in the formation of the internal systems. The fetus can swim about quite vigorously. It is more than 7 centimeter in length in the 13th week of pregnancy. In the 14th week, the eyelids are fused over the fully developed eyes. The baby can mutely cry and also suck its thumb. The finger and toes are growing nails can be noticed in the fingers and toes. In the 16th week, the fetus is around 14 centimeter in length. Eyelashes and eyebrows have appeared. The tongue has taste buds. At the end of the first trimester, maternal screening is not done means then in the second trimester, that is in the 16th week, the maternal serum screening will be offered. In the 18th to 20th week of pregnancy, an ultrasound scan will be offered. This is to check whether there is any structural abnormalities and also to find out the position of placenta and also multiple pregnancies. In the 20th week, the fetus is around 21 centimeter in length. The ears are fully functioning and can hear muffled sounds from the outside world. The fingertips have prints. The genitals can now be distinguished with an ultrasound scan. In the 24th week of pregnancy, the fetus is around 33 centimeter in length. The fused eyelets now separate into upper and lower eyelets, enabling the baby to open and shut its eyes. The skin is covered in fine hair and protected by a layer of waxy secretion. The baby makes breathing movements with its lungs. In the 28th week, the baby is about 1 kg in weight and measures about 25 centimeter. The growing baby has caught up with the large head and the baby now seems more in proportion. The baby spends most of its time asleep. Its movements are strong and coordinated. It has probably assumed the head down position by now in preparation for birth. In the 36th week, the baby is around 46 centimeter in length and it has probably nestled its head into its mother's pelvis ready for birth. Development of the lungs is rapid over the next few weeks. In the 40th week, the baby is around 51 centimeter in length and ready to be born. It is most likely a combination of physical, hormonal, and emotional factors between the mother and baby will cause this onset of labor. Thank you for listening.